5 seconds.
I'm not stupid, and I should have remembered that I received that notification. This one is really on me.
Hey, yo. At the real.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
What are you doing here?
I've come to talk.
Our place where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care.
Woo! You will find a friend to care. Exactly that. We are that friend. I'm Louise Palanker. This is Our Place Out Loud. I'm your lovely and captivating host here with a panel of wise, insightful teenagers. They're also quite lovely. May I add that? Yes, I may. It's my show. We have Sio, we have Kiamute, we have Ryan, we have Olivia. In the booth, we have Jake, and we have Maddie. Give it up for yourselves. Warm round of applause. Back by popular demand, our Place partner Jolene, who's been on the road with Bon Jovi and Nitro Circus and in Australia. I don't know where she goes. She's very far-flung, this one. Her passport has lots of stamps on it. Yes. And she sends us T-shirts from different tropical locales. We've got Justin in the booth. Matt is stuck at Premiere somehow. And our in-studio guest this week is, he doesn't want to talk. He's not, we're not going to show him or let him talk because he's expressed an interest in not talking. So,
no, I'll talk.
But he'll talk. He's very shy. So, Rob Iceman Eisenberg, who's been with me at Premiere Radio since pretty much. Well, what year were you hired?
Well, let me see. The crust of the Earth was still warm.
It was.
So that would be around 1992.
More tepid. It was. It was in a cooling phase, and dinosaurs were toppling over, and we knew something was up with those guys. No one wanted to say anything, but things were about to change, and they changed big, and Premiere was that change. Yes, we were. We brought all kinds of programming to all kinds of radio stations, delighted and amused all, and Iceman cranks out about 5 to 6 parody songs per week.
Yeah, 6 to 7 to more.
How often do you get asked, do you have a favorite?
Wow.
Because the way I remember it was people would ask me, "Hey, what songs did you send out last week?" And I couldn't name one because we were doing them so quickly.
Yeah, that's the problem. I kind of write it, I kind of produce it, and then it's just sent off to the radio stations and it's gone, and then I can't even remember what I did. So it's hard for me to really come up with a favorite anymore. I did one today that I thought was pretty cool. Do you guys know that song, I Love It by Icona Pop?
Yes.
You kids are crazy about it. Mm-hmm. Trust me, you kids are crazy about it.
The kids dig the music.
I crashed my car into a squirrel and then it fell down. You remember, that song? Yeah. So I did a song about that today called just hating to wake up in the morning, called Morning's Here, and I hate it. And it was just about everything that goes wrong when you wake up in the morning. And I think that came out pretty good.
I wish we could play it, but we don't want Clear Channel coming down, breathing down our throat. Right. Do you need to make it cooler in this room, Justin? Is everyone too hot? Because now that everyone's in here, they might be too hot. So, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Rob Iceman Eisenberg.
Hello.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here. I've heard a lot about this, and it's really exciting. And
you may want to get a little bit closer to the microphone.
You'd think after 1,000 years in radio, I'd know this.
Something about radio. These are very directional.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've heard a lot about this, and I really want to witness it firsthand.
Oh, yeah. So it's all going on up here, and we have Teresa, who, she's just very elegant, and she makes sure that everyone is well taken care of. So, we're gonna do shout outs, and today, Maddie, we came up with a little something. Did you want to talk about that?
Sure.
For shout outs?
We did, if you could invite 3 people to dinner, alive or dead, who would it be?
What? Oh, Sio loves this game.
This is especially the alive or dead part.
Because she wants dead people for dinner.
No, I don't want them for dinner. Yeah, it would taste really bad. But you couldn't eat them alive, because that'd be gross.
No.
You want them dead, but you want them fresh.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What did I walk into?
Conversation has taken a turn. So would you like to read the shout-outs, Maddie?
Sure.
Okay.
So from Sports Rule, we have my grandparents, Tony Stark, and Our Place. That could be more than one person. Proud Owl Citizen says Adam Young, Walt Disney, and Wheezy. Duh. And Ellie Marie says Laura Marano, George Clooney, and Wheezy, agreeing with Emily on this one.
Oh, I have a lot of dinner dates.
You do. That was
that's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Ryan, were you telling me that you want to play this game? Was that what you were signaling to me?
Oh, no, I just had notes on my phone, but it's all right. And they're just in the other room, but it's no big deal.
About who you want to take to dinner?
No. It's fine. Don't worry.
Just about.
Don't worry.
Oh, do you want to go get your phone? Is that your question?
That would be awesome.
I don't
actually.
speak Ryan's
Yeah.
sign. Yes, you may go get your phone. Ryan was doing this to me. I'm like, what? You're Madonna? You're voguing? I don't know. It's a special occasion, and there was a lot of baking went on this week because this is Sio's last show before she goes off to become a college girl. And yay, Sio! And so from this point forward, we're gonna all have to do Sio impressions, and they go a little something like this. Oh my god! Oh my god! That reminds me of this lady who used to live on our street, but now she doesn't because a rock hit her. It's true. A rock hit her, and I don't mean a rock the country. I mean a rock that someone threw and hit her, and now she can see spirits.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh my god. One time I was in my house and I was all alone and I don't really like that, so I thought of another person to be there with me, and we were talking for a really long time and then they went away.
But it happened.
What are we doing?
No, you don't have to do a CEO impression. You can wait till she's gone rather than embarrassing her right in front of. Oh, you have one? Wait, let's see if Q can do one.
Oh, I was just. This is really bad, but it's okay. I know this is gonna sound like really, really weird right now, but I was just thinking, what if everybody wore their shoes on their hands? I mean, that would be just so.
The best part about that was the whole disclaimer about how bad it was going to be. And then it wasn't really very bad.
Yeah.
That was good. All right, Maddie, read some other things while I compose myself. That was it for shout-outs? Oh,
Yeah,
do you guys have dinner
was
parties?
all.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay,
did
go.
the panel get to answer? All right, we'll start with you because I haven't thought yet.
Okay, I would invite Joan Jett, Dorothy Parker, and Edgar Allan Poe.
They are not going to get along.
Yeah. And Dorothy's an alcoholic.
Wow.
It'll be really fun, though. That'd
Yeah,
be
but
so
you're going
much
to really
fun.
have to stock up on the alcohol.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well, I mean, I don't know if Edgar Allan Poe is an alcoholic or he's just crazy.
No, I feel like you would be.
Maybe a little both.
He was mega cray.
Mega cray cray.
Yeah.
Keo?
Barack Obama, Dave Chappelle, and Louis C.K.
Can I come? That's really good. Can I come?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll just watch. Like I said, I won't talk. Ryan?
Does Barack Obama come with his security, or is that like an added thing?
Well, he has to come with the security.
Okay, so they come along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'd probably do. These are the people I'd most want to meet, but the people who'd be most fun to have dinner with be Dwight Howard, Shaquille O'Neal. I couldn't really think of a third one, so I'm just gonna go with Albert Einstein. No, Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen.
Fun will be had.
Well,
There
all
you go.
my friends live across the country, so I'd just like to have them here for dinner.
Aww.
Yeah. No, they have to bring all of them. I can't choose 3.
All right. Well, I will have. Sorry, I'm not copying. I will have Barack Obama, Abraham Lincoln, and Barry Gibb. Wow. Just because it's my party and I'll have them if I want to. Maddie.
I think I would invite my great-grandfather because I never got to meet him.
Oh, how cute are you?
Well, apparently he was a very interesting man. He couldn't find his keys, realized they were locked in his closet, and decided to kick down the door.
Whoa.
So,
He was
yeah.
mega cray.
Wait, that sounds reasonable to me. If your keys are in the closet, how else are you gonna get them?
Well, I
Oh,
think he had a second set that he didn't really want to bother finding.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
I would have learned
Was
how to
your
pick
great
locks.
grandfather Frank Sinatra? Sounds like something he
no.
would have done.
No, but that would have been cool.
I need my keys now, Jack. Boom. Jake.
I don't have 3, I have 2.
Okay.
Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison, just to watch them fight the entire time
Wow.
over really nerdy things like which type of current is better and stuff like that.
I would love that.
You said 2, but you put up 3 fingers.
And then I
Do
changed
not
it to
make
2
fun of my nephew.
afterwards.
Invite me as the third because I want to see that too.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Iceman?
I just want to know if Tesla and Edison, would they be shooting sparks out of their fingers at each other?
Sparks would be flying, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And what type of current would they be?
And would they be listening to AC/DC is the other question. Hi-yo!
Oh.
But you know, kids,
All right,
I joke. So
join us in the chat room if you will. Join us in the chat. Please chat with us. We know that we're not working in the app, and we've solved the mystery. It's totally my fault. I should have known during the pre-show what was going on, which was that Silas, immediately after fixing the problem, had submitted an update to the app. So until that gets approved, until you download the new update, it's not going to work in the app. So that was my bad. I just didn't remember that we had to submit an update in order for the problem to be solved. So we're going to start with a little bit of thread theater. This is something, Iceman, where we go into the app and we pull out a conversation from the app, and the kids play the parts of the different people. I think you can, let's see, who's in here? Lol J-Man. Mostly it's Lol J-Man and Man. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I'll take Lol J Man.
All right, give yourselves parts and...
Lol J Man.
You're going to be Lol J-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, and then who's going to be Manum? I can do it. Okay, Olivia. And then there's Patricia, Philo, and that could be UCO.
And what
Only
about
because I can't
Floyd's?
see you, Maddie. Is that all the parts?
Floyd's girl?
Okay, curtain up.
All right.
If nobody said.
Lol J Man, 1, 2, 3. I like these two girls and they like me back, but IDK which one to choose.
Well, first make a list in things you like in a girl, then compare the list to the qualities in the girls.
They both compare very much.
Are they both really nice?
Choose the one your heart tells you to.
They are both very nice.
Choose who is the best for you and choose who your heart tells.
Well, sometimes it's better to just wait and let them decide if they really want you. It just takes time.
It's been 2 years.
Well, whichever you choose, make sure you follow your heart.
Okay, so the question is, does Lol J-Man really want a girlfriend, or does he just think he's supposed to have one? Because usually when you're ready for a girlfriend, isn't there like a definitive winner in your head?
Yeah.
Did you guys have an opinion on this? Or he could easily like them both equally and but want a girlfriend and just not know which one to pick? Or he doesn't know either of them well enough to make a decision. Go ahead, Ryan.
I feel like he might like them, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it better than that, but he's not like really, really liking them. Like he likes the idea that a girl likes him, and he likes the idea that they could be a potential girlfriend, but I feel like you're right about the thing that like if there are two people, you're going to have a definitive
Well,
winner.
I just always heard that if you can't decide, you have decided not to decide. So stick with that. Does that make any sense, Kyo?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I usually do when somebody tells me to decide. But I think he's kind of doesn't, like, I definitely agree with that when there's a girl that you like and it's going to be your girlfriend, it's definitive because it takes that to have a relationship. You have to know and not be like, oh, I kind of like you, but I did kind of like this girl, to have, like, a successful relationship. At least that's what I think. What do you think?
Well, okay, what Weezy said kind of reminded me of the Doritos Locos Nachos commercial.
Why wouldn't it?
But, like, okay, so they now have the Cool Ranch one. And they also have
Confusion.
the original nacho cheese flavored one.
Dilemma.
And then the spokesperson, when he's doing his thing, he's all like, okay, you're never going to tell your kids which one is your favorite, but you're going to have one. So it's kind of like that. Like, there is a girl that you
Wow.
like more. You're just not saying it.
Oh, he's just not saying it.
'Cause then he feels
Go
like
ahead.
I'm a bad person if I pick one.
But life is about choice. Go, Rye.
Cool Ranch.
I was going to say, first off, I love that commercial, and I wrote an entire essay on that commercial. I don't know where I got the inspiration for it.
I'm right here.
What? What? Am I being loud?
No.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
She's the inspiration.
She's the meaning in my life.
I didn't get it. I didn't get that one.
I'm quoting Chicago lyrics.
I don't always feel like that's the case, though, because I feel like sometimes just like I want to like people and then I don't, but like I try and convince myself that I do.
Because on
Almost.
paper they look pretty good.
Exactly, but there's just that intangible that's not there.
Speaking of commercials, Jakey, have you seen the commercial where the guy is like on tech support and asking to do all these things, and then they cut to who he's talking to, and it's like his grandson, and it's like this little kid who goes, "Mom says I have to get off the phone. That so reminded me of you when you were little." Who had seen the commercial? It's hilarious. It's so cute.
Nope.
Because that's what Jake used to do. He used to like pace around at like 6 and tell my mother how to include an attachment in an email. And she still.
Wait, didn't she call Geek Squad for that? To have
Yeah,
them come
she
and
has-
attach a file in an email?
Because Jake told her like 17 different ways that she could possibly do it, including like the little paper clip or like double clicking on the file, and she just kept saying, "Well, I think Jake could tell the story better than me, but it's pretty classic." And she just my mother has a way of like, my mother is his grandmother. She just gets angry at the world if she can't figure out how to make something work.
Oh,
that
sounds like my mother.
Yeah, like, you know, there's just forces that have just like, you know, joined to put a crimp in her ability to send an attachment. Like, you know, the FBI or the CIA might be involved. She's into conspiracy theories. Go ahead, Olivia.
My mom is just like that, but with our car, we have a Prius, and I mean, it's not like the most high-tech car out there. It just really, it's not. And but she can't figure out that it's keyless. And we've had this car for maybe 7 years now, and just the thought of it not having a key just upsets her.
She hasn't caught on.
No, she hasn't. Like, I'm pretty sure she wakes up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat because the car doesn't have a key. And so you put the key wherever in your purse, and then it is what it is, and the car turns on. And she doesn't put her foot on the brake when the car turns on, which is what you do in a normal car. She just thinks, oh, it's a button, then it's on. So it won't go in reverse for her because her foot's not on the brake.
Right.
So she'll turn the car off and get out and just like, I can't.
Really?
I just can't right now. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, okay. Well, I guess
Maybe
I don't
later.
need to be at school on time.
Ryan, that's hilarious.
My mom's car is also keyless, and whenever I drive it, I forget the keys in the car because I don't have a purse to put them in.
Right.
And if I did, I wouldn't carry it around with me. So I just put it in like the middle compartment and turn the car on, and then I turn it off, and I get out, and I close the doors, and I'm like, and there go the keys. Luckily, it's still
Well, you do
unlocked,
understand that this is why men will always be inferior to women. Because all of your belongings are not in one central location.
But we have pockets that we utilize.
No,
That's why I have jackets.
that please. I'm married to a man. It's your pockets become man
Please,
debris
please,
that spills
I'm a
all
man.
over the house. And it's anywhere and it's everywhere. Yes, Jakey?
Have you seen the inside of a purse? It's the most disastrous, unorganized,
Not my purse.
Get out.
confusion thing I've ever seen.
Hold up, Olivia. Hold up.
You could do surgery inside my purse.
The only times my mom has ever asked that I get something out of her purse, I go into shock. I'm terrified because once I go in there, there's no coming out. There's no turning back. It's like it's a cave. It's the Grand Canyon, and once I go in, I'm lost, and there's no way I can find my way out.
It's the Bermuda Triangle of
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
It's a big womb
Why do you have
of
salt in
nothing.
your purse?
It's a good thing you've got salt.
And so why is there salt in your purse? How is that going to help me find your keys if you ask me to find your keys?
Demons.
I think we need to
Everybody
start
knows
answering
that.
some actual questions from actual teenagers.
Why are purses so messy?
Garrett, 19. I am happy with every aspect of my life except for love. What can I do? I don't know what to do anymore. Every time I try to find someone, they always stop talking to me or something goes wrong. So I don't know the age of this person, although the 19 might be some sort of clue, and I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. But, love is probably the hardest thing we do because there are people who are really, really good at their jobs who still get confounded by the whole love thing. And then the people that do love really well, it doesn't necessarily mean that the other things in their life are a disaster, but it's not like one or the other. It's just that the people who do love really well are probably really secure because they love themselves enough to be loved by the right person, like at a young age, which most people don't get there, like by 18 or 19. Like it can take a while. Like for me, I was older, and but the career things were going really, really well, and I could have sat around going, woe is me, I can't find love, this is the saddest tale, and listening to Barry Manilow songs and such. But
Eating bonbons, she left that part out.
eating bonbons. But the love thing, let's all agree, it's really hard. It's not like running a boardroom. It's just always going to be hard. That's why most songs, probably 99% of songs, are written about this subject. Either the success of it or the failure of it or something about it. because it's overwhelming, and our core is like a compass. It's always pointing towards it. Like we're kind of programmed to search for it, but it's not supposed to be easy. So to just sit there at 19 and say, how come everything else is going so great and this isn't going right? It just means you're supposed to do more work on yourself before the love thing comes along. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. But where this person says, am I doing something wrong? What could they be doing wrong in your guys' experience of, like, if we notice patterns repeating, like, what do we need to do? Go ahead, Olivia.
Well, like, the things that were written before that is, like, I try to find someone and then they stop talking to me. It's like, the thing is, like, you shouldn't, like, be trying to find someone, like, at, like, okay, 19 down, you know? It's like, it's just people that you meet, you know? You're not necessarily, like, on eHarmony, like, biological clock is not ticking.
Right,
like,
but these kids all go online and look for romance, and then part of what they're looking for is, like...
Look for a friend. Because that's what it basically is you're just, it's like a friend that you just happen to make out with sometimes. You know?
I don't know if that's the best advice.
No, but like...
Ryan?
That never happened to me.
So yeah, there are some of my friends who I just don't randomly make out with. But
Only
no,
some.
I know.
You don't make out with all your friends?
No,
It's probably
no, I don't.
hurting their feelings.
Maybe,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, I was gonna say that it's one of those things that, like, I know, and then okay, I'm gonna say it's easier said than done, and then that quote is easier said than done, and like it's almost a repetitive thing because I can keep saying that and keep saying like love's one of those things that finds you. You don't exactly find it, or you stumble upon it. You know, you don't search for it. But then that's like one of those cheesy things, and people are like, okay, yeah, but you know, what can I do now? I'm just stuck here waiting. And the thing you can do is, like Olivia said, find a friend. It doesn't have to be one you randomly make out with.
I didn't say a friend you randomly make out with. I said a friend that you happen to make out with.
Okay.
Let's ask the couple. This is a young couple. They found each other at a very young age. They seem to be very much in love and very young. So how do you guys, how did it come?
Both secretly
Well, I have so many
45.
questions because now on your last day we can really publicly, we've alluded to it in the past, but really publicly admit that you are a couple. But you're very young to be this committed. So how did it happen for you?
Well, I'll say that I can relate to this person because I'm not like, I didn't have a lot of, yeah.
What are
Let's
you
go with that
talking
word.
about?
No, I think I had swag, but,
I think so. Yeah.
but like the way that I went about things was I'm not looking for someone or something because my name means there's a time for everything, and that's kind of how I lived. Like I was like, it'll happen when it happens. But I kind of like if I felt down about how like I didn't have a girlfriend or there wasn't somebody that I liked or something, I would go do something to work on myself. I would go exercise or I'd go play music, do something that I enjoy. And I always wanted to be able to be happy just by myself because I felt like I wouldn't be able to make anybody really happy if I'm not happy with myself. You know?
And that's actually very true. So when you're looking for happiness in someone else, you're always going to fall short or come up empty because then if that person leaves you or if they don't say the right thing that day, you're going to feel that emptiness.
And you can't give what you don't have.
And whatever you want, give it away. If you want a friend, be a friend.
Well, don't like get rid of it though. Just share it.
No, I mean
share it.
I mean energy. I don't
Yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
belongings like the keys to the Prius.
Don't give them away.
No, because that will really confuse your mother.
No, they're keys. They just don't stick into the car.
I have it right here. It's like a...
Oh, and it says I have my keys right here.
Oh, look at you. Olivia drove herself over today, everybody. All right, that's all really good advice. We're moving on to the next question. Please give us a call at 888-531-7171. We know we're not streaming in the app until you get the update, but if you're watching us online and you have a phone, we would love to hear from you and show Iceman how phone calls work and that you guys really are listening to the show and that you love it and that you love to call in, even though I know it's really late. And a lot of people still have exams and everything. School's not over yet, right? It is for you.
I have
Okay.
finals in 2 weeks.
All right, so remember last week, Ryan, how we had religious debates going on in the app and everything? So I thought we would throw this in. It's from Anonymous, and he or she writes, because in the debating section, I guess it's been sort of breaking down into religion like quite frequently later, which is a debate that no one's ever going to win or lose because it's been going on for centuries since the dawn of man. So somebody writes, are religious debates okay to have in the debate section? Not like war between religions, but using religion to back up your beliefs against evolution and stuff like that. There have been a few people saying no religious debates on here, please, or don't bring religion into this. I did a lot of research on websites allowing religion, and we can express our religious beliefs as our right. But I feel like some people on here won't allow us to back up what we have to see with our beliefs when they themselves are using what they believe to back up their beliefs. So, I mean, before I throw to you guys, I think the key word here is beliefs, and stating something as fact that is a belief can be very hurtful and also terrifying to kids that don't share. Like, if you say something like, you're going to hell because, like, well, that it's not fact. You may believe that person is going to go to hell because of their lack of belief, but it's still your belief, what you're being taught. What you're being taught at your church is being taught to you as fact, but that doesn't make it fact. It just makes it fact around all of the people who have the same belief. Am I making any sense, Olivia? Yeah.
No, what I would say to that is, like, if you're in the app and religion does come up, please start your post with "I believe."
Thank you.
Because, I mean, like please, like, just to make it easier on, like, I'm a mod, and I was in there all of last night doing some stuff and looking at this section, actually, and it was just, like, enough. Like, I understand that is what you're being taught, and I went to religious school all my life until freshman year. So I understand, but please, 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 please just start with "I believe." If you're going to say anything, just thank you.
Because you're going to meet all kinds of people in the world, and they're not all going to share your beliefs. And what I would like for our place is for it to be a place that supports and accepts and feels enriched by all different beliefs. And unless you're some weird cult master, we don't need you. But some crazy charismatic cult leader, we don't.
No, we need that.
Jakey, did you have something? But what I wanted to say is, please, Papa, don't preach. Don't go into the app and preach. You know the difference between having an opinion and stating it very strongly and trying to convert people. Please don't do that, Maddie.
But there really is a difference between backing, like, I don't want to say backing up what you believe, but kind of just, like, saying what you believe and then telling somebody they're wrong because of your belief. Like, there's a difference.
Yes, exactly. You can say, I disagree.
Exactly.
You don't have to say, and you're wrong and you're going to hell. You can just say, I disagree because my beliefs are... Go ahead, Jake.
I was going to say, you can't say your beliefs are wrong because that's what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a belief is. It's, I believe in this. You can't say, no, you don't. Because they do.
Exactly.
That's honestly their belief. You
Right,
can't change
but
that.
Jake, what you need to keep in mind is that you were raised in a fairly moderate household where all different belief systems were accepted. But imagine you're a kid in a certain town where there's a church on every corner, and what you're taught is that this is fact. And these, I don't want to get too down on or get too strict with a kid who really does believe that what she's saying...
Then just start it with "I believe." It's that
Even if
simple.
that's the only thing you've ever been taught. Now is the time to open up your mind and understand that other people have been taught differently, and that doesn't make them wrong. Co.
I feel also that the debate section isn't for arguing what you believe. It's for seeing what other people believe. You know, it's for, like, it opens your eyes to a bunch of new perspectives, you know. And if you don't take a debate like that, if you take it as, oh, I'm right and I have to win all these other people over, then it's not really going to be helpful in any way.
Well, you don't have to take it as you're going to win, but I'm happy if you take it as I'm going to do my very best to express myself and maybe have people understand why I feel like when you're debating, you do have to believe that you're right. And it's okay to do that with vigor and with passion and conviction. It's okay, but you also need to then read the other post and not read it to say, okay,
You're wrong.
This guy just took a swing at me and I'm going to take a swing back. Like, we're not sparring. We're just having a healthy, vigorous, lively debate about ideas, which which is fine. Go ahead, Olivia.
Yeah, I feel like the word debate. I mean, I'm not saying we should change it in the app. I'm just saying maybe there needs to be a better understanding as to what that is. Because I mean, if I was 11 years old, I would have thought debate. That means fight. That means I need to prove a point. So I can get why they come at this.
Well, the reason
with
I
a
called it
certain way.
debate was because most schools have a debating team, and debating is something that young kids learn how to do
Right,
so
but
that they
there
can.
are things that you cannot talk about at debate team. You cannot touch
So do
them.
you think I should make a religion off topic, off out of bounds?
I don't necessarily
Because I'm
think
toying
that,
with it in my head.
because I mean, people who do live in those towns with churches on every corner need to know that, Jews exist. I know a group of people who I met recently that are family friends of another family, and I was the second Jew they had ever met in their entire lives, and they looked at me like I was insane, like I was just another being.
Yeah, that happened to me in college too. I met this lady, and we wound up get stranded in this one town. Me and my friend that we were trying to see a concert, and the last bus back to our college had already left. So she let us sleep in her living room that night. It was really nice. And when we left, she said something like "Jesus loves you" or something. And I was an idiot. I was 18 years old, and I didn't know enough to not just say thank you. Jesus loves you too, which is what I should have said. I said I'm Jewish, and so she went. Realizing that a Jew had slept in her home. Did I touch the toilet seat? I don't know what she went home and what she had to go home and do. But she just looked at me and she went, because she really was a very nice lady, but she just looked at me and she went, I met a Jew once. He ran a shop. And I didn't even know that was stereotypical thing for Jews to do, to run shops. But when I told the story to my parents, because I went to school in the South for a couple of years, I told the story to my parents, and they were just like, "Oh my God!"
And then did she ask you when Barbara Streisand's next album was coming out?
Yeah.
Because we all know that stuff.
Yeah, we're all informed.
No, but that was the first time I realized that a ton of people haven't yet met a Jew. Because I lived a sheltered childhood too. Brian.
Well, there's two parts to this. The first is addressing is it okay to have in the debate section? I think it's very important that we have religious debates in the debate section, but we keep them debates. And the reason I say that is because morals and ethics are one of the biggest things that religions encompass, and that's what we talk about a lot on the show is what's right and what's wrong.
Good point.
And so if it's, it's what you believe is right and what you stay true to, and I think that that's very important for us to discuss. It's just how we go about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so... like you said, your goal there is not to convert people to your religion. It's not to say you're going to hell or your God isn't real. It's to say is here's what I believe or here's what I don't believe, and here's why I believe that. And it's almost like an informational section. People go to debates to share with them the information that they're proud to tell and proud to be a part of, and it informs people, and they learn and they cultivate new ideas from that. So it's not pushing it onto someone else. It's just expressing yourself and letting it sit there and agreeing that they don't have to accept it, but if they want, they can.
And you can even say the words, I believe strongly.
Right. And the one other thing?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Story like yours, it's short, though. I was at camp a couple of years ago, sleepaway camp. We went down to this lake, and there was this kid there, and me and my friends were sitting with him, and it was one of my Jewish friends and I, and the rest of the kids there were Christian, and then this kid, I guess he was Catholic or something, and I don't know how it came up, but it ended up... Oh, it was around Hanukkah time. And I don't know. Anyways, it wasn't around Hanukkah time because it was summer camp. But anyways, it came up, and... Sorry, I know this is... But it came up, and the kid was like, wait, so what are you? And I'm like, I'm Jewish. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, well, it's a religion. So he's like, so it's like Christianity. I'm like, well, it's a religion. He's like, oh, so you're Catholic? And I'm like, no, it's a religion. He's like, but you celebrate Christmas. And I'm like, no, we're Jewish. We have Hanukkah. He's like, what's Hanukkah? And I'm like... And I explained it, and he's like, so what do you do for Jesus? And I'm like, nothing, we're Jewish. And he's like, so are you Catholic? And he just
had no frame of reference.
Yeah.
None at all.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Olivia, that reminded you of a story?
Yes. I guess, I'll say her name. Amy Fink.
Yeah.
I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
She was raised Scientologist.
Okay.
And she doesn't believe in it, but her parents really do. But she grew up extremely sheltered to just that.
Mm-hmm.
And we carpooled because her house was near my house, and my friend Julia and I carpooled, and so it was all a carpool crew, and we were great. Hanukkah time came around, and we always had snacks in the car. and Julia's mom brought Hanukkah cookies. And, you know, we all took a cookie, was whatever. Then Amy, who's usually, you know, she loves the snacks. It was, you know, it was
Sure
just,
she does.
girl,
Mhm.
eat the snacks.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't take a cookie. And when we asked her, she asked us if they would turn her Jewish. If she ate a cookie that was shaped like a dreidel, if she ate it, it would turn her Jewish.
Did it?
Yeah.
Because it'd be cool if it did.
Yeah.
Kimute?
So I think that your role in this is to decide when someone's being offensive or too mean. I don't think you necessarily need to tell them no religious debates, but you can decide that's over the line because you're being disrespectful or you're being offensive.
Okay.
And I mean, it's kind of my belief that religion, like debate over religion, kind of doesn't get anywhere, but I watch a lot of debate, like on my free time. I watch a lot of debate on religion and other things just because I like arguing and I like to see different ways that people explain things, and it gives different viewpoints and different perspectives. So I think it's very important to have debate about things.
All right, so I'm not going to prohibit religion or politics from debating, but I would just ask everyone to be respectful and to please remember or try to understand the difference between a belief and a fact.
Yeah, and I think that it should be said to, like, it's kind of for both sides. The side that's saying things like they're facts, it needs to be explained to them that you should say them as beliefs, but also for the side that's looking at that and you say you don't know that, they should also understand so that they don't take it to heart that, like, these aren't facts and that certain people were just raised a certain way, so
Right.
that's how they're going to say things.
And the tricky part about it, though, Keo, is that if they're raised in a certain way, it is a fact to them.
Yeah.
So they don't really... Ryan, we're going to have to move on to the next question. They don't feel like they're doing something wrong. In fact, they feel like they're standing up for what's right for their beliefs. So let's all try and respect that, and even not take offense if someone does come down, regarding using their religion as evidence. That's just the way they see things. We are Our Place Out Loud. I'm Louise Planker here with Sio, Kiamute, Ryan, Olivia, Maddie, and Jake. And in the studio we have Iceman from Premier Radio. Sulfur Streaker, which, is that screen name of the week, do you guys think? Sulfur Streaker writes, what is your opinion on teen pregnancies? Because lately I've seen a bunch of teens getting pregnant. I've heard a lot of girls say it was planned, but I can't really see why they would want to have a baby so young. I'm not saying it makes them look bad because I know underage girls who are better parents than older women. Just wondering your opinion, big smiley face. Yes, Olivia.
Okay, you can't be a parent if you are yourself a baby. It just is what it is. I mean, you don't have any life experience. You need to get out there. You need to, learn things still. I mean, yes, even if you just graduated high school and you're supposed to know things, like, you still don't know things. Also, okay, teen pregnancy is 100% preventable. It is. There's birth control. There are condoms. There are so many different kinds of... You don't have to just be on the pill. It just is what it is. I don't think it's planned. I think people watched Gilmore Girls and thought Lorelai was a great mom to Rory, and she was only 16 when she had her, so cool, I can be a mom too.
I didn't know that Gilmore Girls was the undoing of the next generation.
I think it is.
Apparently it is, Lauren Graham. So
well, just
thank
look
you.
at the teen mom things on MTV. I
Well,
mean,
actually-
they're making themselves celebrities.
No, they're not. I worked with it really closely for half a second, and since I was a student producer on Dr. Drew's Life Changers of the Teen Mom episode, and we had 3 of the teen moms come to my school and speak about it, and then they filmed it and put it on TV, which was cool. But actually, since Teen Mom started, teen pregnancies have gone down, because although you think that they're being paid for this, they're getting next to nothing. And every time you see them in a magazine, with the exception of, like, there are 2 of them who have gone out and, like, went for it, which was, like, Amber, who's now in prison, and Farrah, who's now a porn star. So, I mean, other than that, like, they're pretty dedicated to their kids. Like, it really does take up a lot of their time, and both teen moms have now just ended.
And you know what else it proves if you watch one of those shows? Babies are loud.
Mm-hmm.
So you really want to think very hard about that. If you have like nerves at all, and I have them, because you can't just put your baby on the porch and close the windows. That's not legal, and they're just loud. I've heard them on planes, and I know in restaurants and movie. I mean, have you guys ever met a baby? Who's met a baby? Anyone?
I was
They're
a
loud,
baby.
am I right?
Actually, believe it or
They're
not, I
loud
was
people.
a baby.
And they don't listen. They don't. First of all, they haven't made any plans. They don't know what they're going to do with their lives. They don't have an opinion about anything. You can't talk to them. You can't converse. And if you leave them long enough, they leak. So babies, yeah, cute in photographs on Facebook. Leave it there. You wanted to say something, Sio?
I can understand why people say, like, why teenagers want to have babies. Like, I'm not saying do it by any means. Don't, because it's not time.
Someone to love
But
them.
I think, well, yeah, and it's also nice to be able to take care of someone, or at least I think, you know?
There's puppies.
Yeah, okay.
And they're loud, too.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
you can put them on the porch and close the windows.
Is the phone ringing?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
But
Anyway,
I
I'm
don't remember
sorry.
what I was gonna say.
No, yeah, no.
That's okay.
I can
It was a
understand.
good
They want
point.
if
It
you
was a
feel
really great
unloved,
point.
like if a young girl feels unloved, she wants a boy to love her. She wants a baby to love her. She thinks maybe the baby will keep the boy, and all. You know, it's a lot of kind of misguided thinking towards what it is their needs being met. But having this baby is not going to meet the needs that you think, even if you say it's planned. Needs are just not going to be met. It's just going to compound your problems. Go ahead, Olivia.
They had that Lifetime movie. I didn't watch it, but I saw that it existed, called The Pregnancy Pact, which was based on a real story of like a bunch of girls got together and were like, let's get pregnant before high school's over. Yeah.
So stupid. Like,
It's like you're ruining your entire
Was that a
life.
and
sanctioned
also
club?
your baby isn't an accessory. I hate
Exactly.
that. I hate that so much. It's like, oh, it's so cute. Look, it's like, oh, cool. Did you get that at like Guess or something? It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's.
Like, I'm sorry. It's not.
I'm
It's just not smart.
You can wear them around your neck. They have they have baby
yeah.
bling swings that you can.
That's so.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
getting a
don't
baby
think
blues.
you understand the responsibility
Yeah,
of a child.
it's for adults. It's for grown-ups because the
And
child
don't you
looks
want
to
to
you.
do things with your
Well,
life?
and doesn't the baby deserve a mom
Better.
who knows who she is?
Right.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Doesn't a baby deserve a mom who can sign off on papers? Like, what if you have your kid when you're really young and she wants to go on a field trip and you can't even sign the permission slip?
Ask your grandparents, because you're not 18 yet.
Grandma, would you sign my permission slip to go on this field trip?
That's a good sarcastic point. Let's move on. Sigler writes, why are girls mean to other girls without knowing them? Is it jealousy? And then she went on to say that she felt like girls were being mean to her who don't even know her. So who understands like the whole girl mentality of just deciding that some girl deserves your wrath or that you would never be her friend without even actually knowing? Because we all know it exists. Go ahead, Liv.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm a bad person because it is really bad to do this, but I did this recently. I didn't tell them though. There was someone sitting next to me. I went to see the Rolling Stones, and then these two people came in next to me. They were a couple, and they were both wearing yellow Crocs. And in my head, I just canceled them out like they didn't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
Because
nullification.
It's not okay to
Yeah.
wear yellow Crocs in public.
With
But-
socks?
Yeah, they were wearing
Oh,
socks
God.
too. Yeah,
What
no.
color?
The socks?
Yeah.
Socks were white.
Oh,
Crocs
I
were
said
yellow,
white.
and they had
Oh,
the little
God.
charms on the Crocs.
That's
Oh,
it. They're dead
God.
to me.
They were older, but still. But no, I think like it makes them feel better about themselves.
Wait. Was it Charlie Watts? Because he was supposed to be on the stage. Did you redirect him? Just point him and then give him a little push, and he'll go. Go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think it's like it does make
All right.
you
So
feel a little
wait, Jake
half
has.
step better inside.
Well, they could have been awesome Croc people. You
No,
don't
I'm
know.
sure. I'm
yeah.
sure that they're great people.
Jake would like to make a point.
It's not just girls. It's just people who, unless they're wearing yellow Crocs, which is a valid reason, are
It's
insecure
weird.
and pretend they're not.
It's weird.
It's a lot. If you're insecure, it's a lot easier to just pick on people than actually
Mhm.
build self-confidence, which is why some people take the easier way out.
But what? So what do you have to do then to build self-confidence, Jake?
Not be a terrible person and make friends, and then you just realize that people like you because you like other people, and then you just kind of become a better person.
You know what? You know what you can try to do, like tomorrow or whatever. Just force yourself to smile at someone that you would usually look away from, avoid eye contact. What? Just force yourself to smile until they smile, like, and have like a warm look in your eyes, and just see if that doesn't change the way people respond to you. Because you do have to force yourself. Sometimes you're just like, ick, it's that person. But if you're just like, hey, you, I mean, that's a Trishism, because that's what Trish, she's been saying that since the late 80s. But if you say, hey, you don't have to actually do a creepy smile, because I guess in school you can't just go smiling.
You don't want to do one of these.
No, but you can go like, hey. And, because maybe Yellow Croc couple,
They
may
had
have started
a lot of
schools
beers.
in like Cambodia and things. They may have done some wonderful
No,
things.
I'm sure that they have, but it was just a lot for me to handle that night.
I understand. Ryan?
Quick disclaimer: Our Place Out Loud and our affiliates have no biases against Yellow Croc wearers.
Not at all.
But also, I was going to say that it's one of those things that, like Jake was saying, it's everyone. But I don't even think it's just everyone who has self-esteem issues or whatever you want to call it. It's just I think a lot of people do it, especially guys do it too. It's just voiced in a different way. Guys are really, really public about it, and then they don't go and tell people about it. It's just like, we just like, I don't know how to put that. And then the other thing I was going to say was that, speaking of people who you're just like, hey, there was this kid at the beginning of last year. His name was Jordan, and he gave off this persona of like, he didn't seem to have many friends, and he seemed kind of shy. So I went over to him one of the first couple of days because we had humanities together, and I started talking to him, and then I found out he actually did have a lot of friends. But even though I had just kind of done it to say hi to him and make sure he didn't feel too lonely, now we're really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like sometimes even if you do it to help other people, it can come back and help you.
Help you, exactly. Maddie?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, my goodness. So what I was going to say about Yellow Croc couple is like, we've kind of overlooked this, but I think maybe the largest offense was that they were both wearing the same shoes.
Oh, okay, that's so cute, though. I really
They
like
weren't
that.
old enough
I
for it
think
to be
that's
cute.
so cute.
Maybe
weren't
if it's
old enough.
3-year-old
I don't
twins.
care. I know, if they're teenagers.
Maddie remembers her
respect
point.
That.
It's a Christmas miracle. Maddie remembers her point.
Actually, I was just remembering because what she said was, why are girls mean to other girls
Right.
Without knowing them? Is it jealousy? And actually what happened was that my friend was in a room with her and this guy that she liked and this other girl who she didn't know at all. This is like, in the beginning of school. And she totally thought that the other girl was trying to steal her man.
They weren't together.
Right, exactly. So she got really jealous and was being mean with this other girl, and I was like, she didn't even know him or you. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And I think that, jealousy probably is a good point, whether they're jealous of something they're wearing or how they look or whatever. I mean, like, I understand that, but it doesn't make sense. Like, there's just no need for it. Like,
Right, but I know there's a tendency to, if you think that somebody, like, let's say you have a crush on a guy, but he's not exactly crushing back, and then all of a sudden he notices a new girl, you're going to hate her.
Exactly.
And she's done nothing. And she might not even like him, but you're just going to decide that she's the competition. Liv?
Like, the other thing is, like, kids they just are mean because they so want to be normal. So if you do something even a little bit different, people will pounce on that for whatever reason because it's like, oh, well, I'm good, I'm not doing that. So look at that, I'm normal. And, but I mean, honestly, you just have to be confident in whatever you're doing, whether it's like you like debate team or checkers or Yellow Crocs.
Yay.
And just be like, yeah, Yellow Crocs are my thing.
Rocking the Crocs.
What about it? And then
Crocs with socks.
Crocs with socks. It's all
But not
about
white
It's my
socks.
it's all about
affiliation.
Crocs with socks.
Blue
And then
socks.
the kids have nothing to say because you're confident about it.
Yeah. I mean, Jake taught me that. Like, if someone says like something like, you have straight hair, you're like, and?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just using it as an example because I didn't want to say what people actually said to me, which was pizza face
I got
and
that one.
fatso.
Got that one too.
But,
Brace face.
yep.
Can I stick something to your mouth?
CO?
When I was, like, this was a while ago because I didn't have a cool boyfriend.
Mhm.
But when like there were other guys who I had a crush on and they started to notice some other girl,
Oh, yeah.
I started to get jealous. But then in my head, I changed that so that every time they noticed a new girl, I would be like, God, wouldn't it be great if she were a lesbian and she fell for me? And And then
You said all that?
well, no, in my head I did.
Oh, in your head.
And so I was like, okay, it's okay because she's probably a lesbian, you know? Like, but I mean, that's just how I use to calm myself down.
You should really write books.
Yeah, I'm
Write
going to.
anything, and I want to read it all the time.
All right, let's move on to another question because I want to make sure we're probably not going to get to the Final Thread Theater because it's such a huge topic. We might save it for next week. But
Easy.
yes,
Have them send in pictures of their socks and Crocs to like your
Oh,
to
yes.
the Our Place Facebook wall.
please
Send them in.
Charms.
take Instagram photos of Crocs with socks and tag Our Place Network.
And
Charms that were a thing.
bonus points if you have charms.
Cute.
Who wants to read El Marie's letter? Right guy.
All right. Yeah, pick it up. There we go. Got it. Fine motor skills at their finest. Ella Marie, my parents are really complicated people. I think I'm the only 13-year-old who's never been over to a friend's house or had a sleepover. I get invited over so many times, and whenever I ask my parents, they say no. Even with my best friend. I talked to my mom about it, and she said that she trusted me completely, but it's the other people she doesn't trust. She always says, "You have no idea what's in those people's houses. They might have drugs or stuff." I respect that my mom is trying to keep me safe, but I can't handle those types of things. Or I can't handle those types of things. I'm very mature for my age. I have straight A's, and my friends are all really nice people. Plus, our neighbor is far from being bad at all. This is probably why I'm not close to many people at school.
All right, so 13 and still not allowed to go over to anybody's house. Thoughts, Olivia?
I knew a girl. She was allowed to go over to your house, but her mom and like my mom, they would have to have a phone conversation before. But no matter what, it didn't matter if it was the first time she was over at my house or the 900th time. Like, it just, her mom had to speak to my mom. And the other thing is, like, she came in every single time to our house when she would pick her up and like look around, and it was weird. I mean,
Did she find the drugs and stuff?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That was why she.
It's
It's the stuff that was really not
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
The drugs were fine.
Yeah.
The stuff
The
not
stuff
so much.
not okay.
But I mean, like, she was never allowed to sleep over, and I don't think she is allowed to sleep over at people's houses today, and she's 18.
So is the parent overprotective?
Yes.
Or is there really a concern that you don't know if there's a gun?
I
or
understand
something?
that, but like then, talk to the other parent.
Right.
Like, I mean, yes, I would. I mean, if I were a parent, which hopefully I'm not going to be for a very long time, because teen pregnancy is 100% preventable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good callback.
Thanks. Like, I mean, yeah, I would want to talk to the parents of the kid whose, like, house I'm sending my kid over to. I would like to know that there is an adult there who will be supervising the activities going on. Whether it's, like, going in the pool, there should be an adult there.
Right.
Like, check in on the room that they're in every now and then to make sure someone didn't swallow a Barbie shoe and died, Just,
It ruins a party.
it does.
Keo, your hand was up.
I think you need to do your best to convince your mom. I mean, she seems overprotective in my opinion if she's not letting you go over to any friend's house. And ask her to talk to your or talk to their parents. Ask her to do whatever she needs to do to feel comfortable. But I mean, she should let you hang out with your parents. You can also invite your friends over, and then that might help because your parents would get to know your friends and they might feel more comfortable.
And
But-
you could, force the issue by saying, at what point, at what age am I going to be able to go over to a friend's house? Because, you may think you're protecting me from all of these dangerous things, but you're creating a scared person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could be more dangerous than the stuff that's at this house. Sio.
I completely agree that the parents being overprotective. I just wanted to share that when I was little, I used to get really scared at people's houses of their
Me
parents,
too.
but not for any logical reason.
Yeah,
because
no,
all
I'm sure.
all of my parents, because I was kind of a little bit paranoid, and so one time, okay.
It's gonna sound really bad.
It's not gonna sound that bad. Hold on. It's because I went over to my friend Emily's house in first grade and she shaved one of my legs. She popped me. No, it was one, and it was really weird, right? So she shaved one. So that's the bad part. But the good part is that we had mushroom soup, and I really thought I didn't like mushrooms. But then when I tried it, I was like, "This is amazing!"
Oh my God.
So it's like plus like learning.
Yeah.
It connects.
Yeah, you see how other people
What do
live,
you think?
Ryan?
That's a
Olivia,
wonderful story,
you're
and
next.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. But And I mean, like, I thoroughly enjoyed that. But just speaking of like supervision and stuff like that, I mean, maybe your mom had an experience with. I can't take this.
Did she shave your leg with the mushroom soup? I'm
Wait,
No,
did you
we
save
were
your
in
leg
the-
into the mushroom soup?
Ew.
Did
no,
she
we were
shave?
in the bathtub. We were wearing our bathing suits and pretending to be mermaids, and I think we had Barbie dolls. And she was like, "Oh, you know what? Grown women shave their legs, and I've done that before. You want me to shave your leg?" Sure.
Did she offer
I
to shave
do.
your other one at least?
No.
Oh.
No, it was
did
just
she?
one.
Did she let you use it on your other? Okay.
No,
Anyways.
I didn't want to. I would cut myself. Like those are
Did she cut
scary
you?
things. No,
Oh.
she was good at it. Crazy.
That's the other stuff, I guess. No, I think that supervision is really important. And as you get to the age of like 13, things start to change. And I think that it is all right to sleep over at your friends' houses. But like Kia was saying, you got to have your friends over, let your parents meet the other parents, let them go into the house, sit down with the parents the first time, talk to them, and learn about the other family. What Olivia said about supervision, like, okay, so my mom never wanted me to go swimming by myself when I was little. And I was like, I'm not going to drown. I'm a good swimmer. And then I was a good swimmer, and I never drowned. But, like, now I'm like, wow, she was right. I shouldn't have gone swimming. And, like, all these things I tell my parents I'm capable of today, next year I'm going to say, wow, I really wasn't as capable as I thought I was. And it keeps happening like that. And I know this kid Cooper, and speaking of you and swallowing Barbie doll shoes, not that you did. I just meant that you said it. Just meant you said it. Okay. She said she got a rock in her nose. But... all the way up, a
Okay.
pebble. Anyway, so my
That's
friend
enough.
Cooper decided it would be a good idea to swallow a buckyball. Do you guys know what buckyballs are?
No.
They're little magnetic balls. They come in they're super magnets, and they come in like 216 packs. And he swallowed one of them, and like it was like all fine. But the doctor, I didn't ask that, but the doctor was all like, "Yeah, you're really lucky you didn't swallow two because when it got into his intestines, it would have magnetized together and pinched his intestines."
Make him stop talking.
But he only swallowed one, so that didn't happen.
Okay, Olivia's turn.
So much has happened while my hand's been up. No.
So much has happened while my hand's been up. That's the quote of the night.
Okay. One time.
in band camp.
Yes. I was at my friend Marissa's house, and I wasn't really good at sleeping out. I don't know why, but I thought that morning was never going to come, and I was never going to go home, and that was it for me. And so I went to my friend Marissa's house, and I was going to sleep over, and it got pretty late, and then I started having a really bad panic attack, and I needed to go home, and she was like, just go to my parents' room. And I went there alone, and they were so naked.
Oh.
And then
I'm sorry.
And then, like, she waited to put a robe on.
Oh,
Like,
weird.
She called my dad in the nude, and I was just like,
no. Oh, that is really weird.
Advice if you're sleeping over at someone's house for the first time, and I'm sorry if you were scarred like that, but do not. They were so naked. They weren't just naked. They were like ridiculously naked.
they have a really, really modern house that they built themselves. So the way that the moonlight came in,
Okay.
it made them glow.
Yeah, that's enough.
This now.
All right.
But see, I'm not sure if this is worse than my intestine story, but don't watch Alien vs Predator. I was at my first sleepover was at my friend Zach's house, and his nanny came over and was watching. Yes, a nanny is a male nanny, and he was watching Alien vs Predator, and he didn't know we were standing in the back of the room watching the whole time.
Oh, wow.
And I had really bad fears of the dark when I was little. Like one time, my dad put me in a timeout, and my lights were off, and I threw up. I was so scared. I was like bad, and so I was terrified, Jake. And so, anyway, so I would like not want to move because I couldn't go to my light. I was too scared to move. That's why I got so scared. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and he has his window open, and you can hear the wind blowing outside and stuff moving. And I'm like, shut your window. And he's like, you do it. And I'm like, I'm too scared to move, and I'm trying not to talk. And he's like, I'm too scared to move too. And we both started crying. And then I called my mom, and I went home.
Oh.
And then that man, he never came
All
back.
right, well, can you say goodbye to Sio?
What? You're leaving?
It's her last show.
Oh my God! It's time.
And it's,
Bye.
and it's 8 o'clock. So, Sio, we know you're going to have... What's the name of your college again?
Agnes Scott.
Agnes Scott. All right,
She's
I
the one
want to
with the DNA,
hear
right?
all about who Agnes Scott was and how she got to start her own college and everything. And so have a wonderful college experience, and we'll hope to see you on your next vacation break. Thank you so much. We are Our Place Out Loud, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's coming back.